spread the truth about it. I've got a copy of her book on the back here called Woman in the New Race. A professor about 2 weeks ago ripped down a sign that said the same thing and had a copy or a quote from her book. And so we went through her book, and there's definitely some racist things in there if you would like to read it.
I mean, I get that. I'm not saying that this isn't true. I'm just saying that, this is not, I just feel like, I don't know, I'm not the best at making these arguments. I'm just saying that what Planned Parenthood does now helps a lot of people. So the fact that originally, maybe the creator of it wasn't having the best intentions, just now it is there to help a lot of people, so...
Well, there's a lot of other organizations that offer the same services that Planned Parenthood does, but without abortion. And abortion affects African Americans and minorities a lot more than it does the white community. And so what we're trying to do, Margaret Sanger is propped up as a hero for women in today's society when she's not. She actually did a horrible, horrible thing for really humanity. She tried to mainstream abortion, and it was because she was a racist. She did not want black people on the earth. So the whole point of this is to draw attention and expose Margaret Sanger. Just 1 second, okay?
I just feel like it's not, I don't know. I've never read the book, I've never read this stuff. I'm just saying I know Planned Parenthood helps a lot of people out now, but I'm not really one to make these arguments because I never read that, so I'm not saying this isn't true. I'm just saying the, extreme that you go. No one wants to walk into Turlington and see all of this. That's not what this place is for.
But that doesn't make it okay to smack my hand and then smack my phone on the ground.
You wouldn't stop taking a video of me, alright? I told you to stop. I never gave you...
I have the right to video you.
I never gave... You don't have the right to video me.
I would never...
I never gave you permission to video me.
Another person's property out of their hands.
I don't want to get into anything.
That's the thing,
yeah,
I appreciate you. I appreciate you explaining to me and just talking, but...
We want to have civil discourse, but we also want it to be in a peaceful way. We all have our freedom of speech. And
I just feel like I wouldn't mind it. I just feel like you shouldn't cover the whole walls in it. Put one every couple of, whatever.
Well, it's our freedom of speech, and we get to exercise it how we see fit, and this is how I see it fit. And I love talking to you about it, but the thing is you can walk right by it.
Well, still, I'm just saying, people don't want to walk through here and see all of these papers and stuff. That's why you see every other... Yeah, you don't see, thousands of these. You don't see you don't see a bunch of 100 of these. You don't see all of these.
Well, maybe they're just not trying to advertise as hard as we are.
Just people see it and they're like, oh, all is calm, whatever. It's just, you don't need this many. If you can read this one, you're seeing all of them. You don't need to cover the walls with everything. It's just too much.
I guess we have a differing opinion on that.
Yes, it's your free speech. That's the main reason I was tearing them down. You can, I'm sorry if I was being aggressive or something, but you can...
I appreciate that.
Say, I guess I just got out of a Calc 2 exam. I'm not in the best mood. But, it's more, say what you want to say, but you don't need to cover it, because, and I'm just saying, from the opposing view anyway, if you're trying to make yourself seem reasonable and make people listen to your point, you don't want to go crazy like this, because then people are going to just get annoyed at it, and people are going to be less likely to want to listen to you.
Well, we're just trying to spread the truth, and I'm going to be out here tabling tomorrow all day.
Then that's what you do. You sit there and table, you have a couple posters, and talk to people that are willing to talk to you. If people are coming through here, they don't want to, they're focusing on their school and stuff, they're just looking around, I just think it's too much, and if I see this, it makes me think, oh, you guys are kind of crazy, I don't want to listen to you.
So, do you think that because we put up so many, that it's okay to tear them down because there's so many?
Honestly, if there were only a few, I wouldn't have started tearing them down. So I don't, and I'm not saying that it's okay.
If but this is your question. So if college Democrats would say that they, across the entire wall, they didn't put Margaret Sanger's Genesis, obviously. They just put Planned Parenthood, and then they put the location. And then they said, come to our next meeting, yada, yada, yada. Would you tear it down? Would you tear them down?
I mean, I've never seen them do that. I talked to them, I'd say the same things I'm saying to you, and I'm
But would you tear down their signs?
with them. I mean, if I just walked out of a calc exam that I was sure I failed, then maybe I would. But I'm just saying.
I just want to, as a woman, as somebody who
Yeah,
is
again, like,
affected by the stuff that Margaret Sanger has done, and as a conservative woman, when I'm called a traitor to my gender, and when Margaret Sanger is propped up and I'm called a racist and I'm called all of these horrible names, when the real perpetrator here is Margaret Sanger, I'm really, really upset about that, and I want to spread that message. And me personally, I'm really pro-life. I think everybody has the right to live. I think everybody has the right to express their free speech, whether it is something I wholeheartedly disagree with. So if you want to come out tomorrow and put up all of your signs about we should not have this many signs, I will support you 100%. I would support you 100% because I believe in the Voltaire quote. I may not agree with you, but I will defend to the death your right to say it.
I feel like you as a woman, your opinion on the abortion issue is definitely way more important. But, so like, I'm happy to listen to you. It's again, my main problem is just the fact that there's so many of them. If I tore down half of these, people would still see all the message and still see, because you're covering the walls with it, and you're just the stuff that people actually like, oh yeah, I want to go see the.
If anything, I feel like it frames the stuff more, so maybe they'll notice some more.
That's a good point too.
But I'm going to be out here tomorrow too, tabling, talking more about it. We'll have more of these flyers if you want to come grab some more. And
again,
I mean, we'd love to have you at our meeting and talk to us about what you think.
Just don't take videos of people, even if they're being an asshole.
Well, no, can't do that.
Yeah.
You can, if you're in a public place, you can take video of you.
You absolutely
If
can.
I'm telling you not to take a video of me, you can't keep taking a video of me.
That's incorrect. You're in a public place. There's no reasonable expectation of
And if you tear down
privacy.
the signs, it gives all the more reason to.
It's actually
It's
a
just-
crime.
it's protocol.
So
Okay, and if you won't stop taking a video of me, it gives me all the more reason to knock your phone out of your hand.
No,
well, that gives him reason to file an assault charge against you.
I didn't touch him.
All right.
That wasn't
You
assault.
did touch
Well-
my hand, but
No,
that's
I touched the
fine.
phone.
No,
That's totally fine. And so if you don't think that you did anything wrong, then you shouldn't have any issue with the video being taken.
I don't want videos of me posted anywhere, alright?
Look, nobody wants to like post.
I don't want to
video
purposely
I
try to
or
get you in trouble. Like that's not what I'm doing.
Just like
I don't want to
we're
do
putting
that.
up signs. Like you understand. Like we're allowed to do this. You agree we're allowed to do this. I mean,
You're allowed to do it, just don't do it this much. It's crazy.
so you have a problem that we're posting a lot of posters as opposed to a few. I mean, like we have every
you
right
don't
to
see
do this.
anyone else
I mean, you don't
doing
have to
this.
like
Respectfully,
it.
that's your opinion, and you're exercising your opinion
Yeah,
by physically
like-
tearing them down. We're not going to do that to
Yeah,
another
you're
person.
exercising your opinion by putting them up. I'm exercising my opinion by taking them down.
But that's
not
against
how it
the
works.
rules and against free
How?
speech. And
My
it's against free speech.
That's
You
my
can't take
freedom to
away someone's
protest.
right
I'm
to do that.
protesting what you're saying by taking it down.
If you had responded to what I was saying on the video and we actually had civil discourse, that would have been your right.
I didn't want to
And
talk
if
to
you
you.
stopped tearing them down and we would have had a debate on it, that would have been your right. But tearing down the posters is not your right.
Well, I'm gonna leave, but
What was your name again? Sorry.
I'd rather not share that.
Okay. Well, have a good day. I would really love to talk to you again tomorrow. I'm going to be out here again.
I appreciated talking to you. I just don't like aggression, and the only
You don't
reason
like
I'm not-
aggression?
I'm sorry, that probably seems really hypocritical. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to have to be aggressive, but because of, like,
And you don't have to be.
stuff throughout the school that I'm involved in, if my name gets out that I was doing anything remotely bad, I could get in a lot of trouble, so I'd rather not share my name. I'm sorry for being crazy, I just really feel like if you want people to listen to you, you shouldn't put as much signs up. People are going to think you're crazy.
And we appreciate you giving that opinion. This is fine. What we're doing is what I want to happen. But I just have the problem, and I know you understand that by now, but when I had the problem pretty much when you smacked the phone out of my hand. And it's got some scratches on right now, but it's nothing that I can't fix. And I'm not...
Just don't take videos of me. Don't
But
take
it's
videos
the
of people.
right. It's my right to do that when
It's
you
not your right to take a video.
restrict.
I
Yes, it
told you to
absolutely
stop.
is. I can, if you want to stop by tomorrow, I can give you the statute and the regulation right here that says I have the absolute right to do that. I can give you the specific one if you want to come back tomorrow, and we can talk about it.
care what the laws are. If you're taking a video of someone that's telling you not to take a video, then you're just a shitty person, and I should be able to smack your phone out of your hand.
No, that's no. So
Again, that's your
All right.
That's your opinion.
Well, it was really nice to meet you. I hope you stop by tomorrow. I enjoyed talking to you. Have a good night.
I just don't want to be.
Have a good night. Wait. Okay, so they're allowed, but he smacked his hand and damaged his phone.
Well, yeah, and then he could also tell us, well, that obviously is damaged property. But if he didn't give consent to being recorded, like if obviously I'm a cop, I can record it. But if somebody just walked up to you and start recording and you don't know them, I mean, what would you do? Like, would you say continue recording? I mean,
He was damaging our property.
the flyers?
Yes.
It's a free speech zone. Once you put it up there, it's
I
no
have the
longer yours.
gentleman's name
Oh, you do?
from a friend.
And he's a student here, do you know?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, if I just go take this.
Dawson.
I got some.
Yeah, like we were joking,
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
we're awful people for even still
leave yet?
being out here at the same time as them.
So,
But,
do you
I'll
want to
let
do anything
you
on the
guys know.
phone, or about the him hitting your hand? Or?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
my case is damaged. My phone is, like just got some scratches on there, and it's technically. I don't mean to exaggerate. I'm trying to just be analytical about this, but like now, like my phone is like acting up internally. So I'm not trying to be like over exaggerate. I'm not trying to exaggerate the problem, but like I just would now, as a
and,
rational human being.
I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just asking if you'd like to.
And the person that gave me
Same to me.
his name said he saw that, and he's like, I guess he's like an acquaintance of his, and I was like, oh, I don't
want, like, I
think
can
he's
see
something, and he's like, you should. That was
Well, if I try to find him and speak to
Can we
him,
go ahead
Yeah,
and can you file a police report?
Yes, I do.
I mean, if
see how he's holding those flyers right now. If
But I'm
somebody
able
were
to
to go
tomorrow,
and take
right?
it from him,
This is proof.
that would be an
Can I do
issue.
that tomorrow? Just to
You
think
post
about it.
a flyer on the wall, and if I go and pull one down, I just saw one taking it from your person, or your
I just don't know
bag,
what that would
or like
entail.
you're
Like,
standing here
if I
and
filed a
put your
police
bag
report.
So I get the video from you. I need
Something's
a
happening.
statement of what happened.
And that was the only person I saw.
We try to find the guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, some people did that, but like they're.
please don't do it
It's
again.
been an ongoing thing with the whole flyer thing, and people kind of don't understand the.
Usually it's more like, yeah,
It's not theft. It's not.
Things that just fell off. I don't know if you saw that. Off my case. I haven't checked it off.
Probably you can blame on him that he didn't feel like he didn't want to be videotaped, and if you spent him
It's like
somebody was
when you use it, you know how if you drop it or something, sometimes
reacted
it
by
can glitch.
slapping it away.
The software.
You understand?
If I went to go to use it right now and I'm trying to pull up my
Yes, he
email,
was spoke on the flyer like, I'm following you, videotaping. You don't
What's
know.
the legality?
it requires more functioning as well.
They, you can film somebody to post it, but if somebody don't want to be filmed, it's an issue. Like,
He smacked my hand.
he's, I think he was expressing, I don't know what he was saying. But I'm not saying any of this is your fault. I'm saying we'll
Yeah, I'm just
try to
asking.
find him. And,
Yeah, no, I'm just asking. So for future reference, like, can you report
right now
somebody
it's
like
in
public
a
space?
public place,
It's
yes.
making me
But
feel
if somebody
better, at least.
obviously don't want to be recorded, then that's different.
Okay.
Like, you could
So-
like see,
but what about-
you're standing here
Stop for a
recording,
second.
and people are walking up and down the sidewalk. You're standing here just recording the sidewalk. You're not like following somebody recording. That's different. It's a public space, so just don't like follow somebody. If I followed you wherever you walked on campus, anywhere that's public and record
Even
you,
if they're ripping down our property.
that's not your property. Once you post it there, it's no longer yours. You're holding it like this in your arm, then it's yours.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's not our property once
Once
it's
you
hung
post
up.
it, yeah, anyone can go there and take a.
I'm not like.
So I can't file a police report for ripping
No.
down the signs, even though I paid for them.
see if the phone is damaged.
You may have paid for them, but it's a free
Do
speed
you mind if I
zone.
take the case off? Just
Once you put the sign up, that's it. You can go and take it down if you want. Somebody else can go and take it down if they want. You know let me give you an example. You know the wall, 34th Street wall? People buy paint, they pay money, they buy paintbrush, they go paint whatever they want to paint. Somebody comes back, paint over it, whatever they want to paint. We can't charge the person who paint over it, even though they paid money for the paint. It's a free speech wall, if that makes any sense. But like I was explaining to him, like, if you had it in your hand, you're holding it, it's in your car, and somebody take it, that's theft.
So as long as it's on a wall.
Not on a wall somewhere. This is the only free speech, one of the free speech zones. So you like put it here. Now, if you own that building or you're a professor there, whatever, and you put up something in your office, your room, somebody pull it down, that's different.
That's different.
Yes, but this
So
is
if we go
considered free
hang
speech.
our signs over there,
That's if you're allowed to. It's not a free speech area.
So, like, for example, we couldn't do it in the rights union. Or not the rights union, but like that area by the rights union outside.
Anywhere that you see flyers are posted is probably most likely a free speech area that you could put a flyer there. You can't just walk about, put a flyer wherever you feel like. Only a free speech area that's allowed it. And once you put it up there, it's no longer yours. You can still go and rip it down if you want, but when you put it up there, anybody can take it down, basically.
Who does it belong to when we put it up?
It doesn't belong to anyone. It's not property, if that makes any sense.
So like you can go put your flyer on top of somebody else.
Yeah.
So I could grab the piece of paper.
Yes.
And it would be my property. So I'm saying, like, because we're like still out here.
Right.
It's not like we just left and this is all here. Like we were here and we're putting up
in your hand, it's yours. On the wall, not yours. That makes sense.
So let's say somebody comes to rip it down and you put your hand over it because it's your property. Can they, after that?
It's a free speech wall.
Yeah, no,
it's really
I'm kinda,
getting technical with it, like, you know, and I was trying to explain like the 34th Street wall.
I'm just confused where we're drawing like the restrictions on the free speech thing, because you say we have the zone and then there's the wall, but we can't post things other places and it's not our property once we take our hands off of it. Like, that's really confusing, and I'm just... Don't we have the First Amendment?
Yes, you have free speech right, and you are expressing your free speech right, and he can come here and take down a flyer if he wanted to.
That's his free speech. He doesn't like it, he can rip it off.
It's a free speech zone, if that makes
sense. But is he allowed to hit him?
Well, and I'm not saying that he had all right to do what he did, but his claim would be, well, I didn't want to be videotaped. He was following me. He will call that stalking because this guy's following me.
Even though it's legal to record him.
I don't think it's legal to just follow somebody and record them.
But we're not.
Like, if I'm standing
like
here
we're in a
just
free
recording
speech zone,
people
though.
walking up and down.
Well, you gotta understand how you like it if somebody put a phone right on your face and
but
record it.
I don't
like that, do you?
But you lose that right when you go into
If somebody did that, I would slap it on
You
their
don't
hand
like
too.
that, do you?
If I'm in,
And there's somebody else. You
a regular citizen walking
you
around and
aggravate
someone's
somebody by
following me
doing
with
stuff like
a phone recording
so
me.
if you don't like
even
it,
after
don't
you
do
committed
that
a
to other
crime?
people.
That's not a crime. If he takes a flyer down again, it's not a crime. Okay, that's not a crime.
Okay, but
hitting
even
him was
at
a
this
crime.
point, though,
yes,
he was being filmed, and now you have video evidence of what exactly happened.
Of a crime that clearly shows that he defended himself because he didn't want to be videotaped.
But he didn't touch him. He didn't touch him.
And he
was just
the phone,
asking
so
questions in the free speech zone.
Yeah, and it's no problem speaking to people or asking, hey, why are you taking down the flyer? I just put it up.
That's all he did.
Yeah, I don't appreciate you taking the flyer, but when you pull your phone out like this and you're following him around, that's a little aggressive.
I mean, you guys are recording everything that's happening right now.
Yeah, we record
so
all of our content.
Could we say the exact same thing back to you guys that we don't want to be recorded?
Okay, then we turn it off. But that's about it. You know. But the reason we're doing this because
could I slap it out of your hand?
Well,
so can I slap the body cam?
Yeah, you can try.
But it's on my
face. You guys can stay here and eat all night long.
Hey,
it's not gonna.
So if I if I set my phone to record and I hang it on my neck, and it's not on somebody's face.
I'm acting as a public servant right now. I'm not acting as a Joe Schmo citizen walking up recording people. Everything that I do becomes public record. Do you understand what public record is? It's not for my enjoyment. I'm not taking it home and watch it when I'm watching a movie or whatever I'm doing. This is different. When you record someone, you're not recording it to place it in evidence at a police station. None of this is for my benefit. I don't need it.
You can go to our department and request a video recording.
Yes, and they will freely give it to you. Everything that happened, they will like, oh, you want a video?
It's a public record.
Right.
What
so
we're doing.
It's not for private enjoyment.
Yes.
You videotaping as a citizen, that's privately yours. You own that video now. It's yours. But you're videotaping somebody who didn't want to be videotaped. Like, if somebody tell me, hey, you know what, this is a sensitive situation, I don't want you to record this call. Can you please turn it off? I would totally do that and write in my report the victim or whatever didn't want to be recorded and I just turned it off for, you know, their comfort.
Okay.
So basically that, and if that guy had said, hey, and I don't know if he did, he said, hey, don't videotape me or whatever, or maybe he was upset, hit the phone, yes, he did damage a property and that could be different. But what I'm saying is just don't follow someone around and videotape them because they could charge you for stalking. Following someone is legally stalking. That's a crime. You can't just do
in a free speech area.
In the free, because all he did was ask.
Free speech and stalking is completely two different things.
But you said that it was okay for him. I'm sorry. I'm really trying to understand.
Flyer expressing your free speech. It's okay for you to stand in the middle and say whatever you want to say. It's not okay. This is not free speech. Following someone around, recording them, that is not free speech.
But all he did was pull out his camera, and you said that it was okay to ask, why did you pull down our flyer? So
Right.
he pulled out his camera over there, asked him, and the man walked this way to me over here, and he just asked him. He only followed him, 100 steps? I wouldn't consider that stalking, and he was in the free speech zone.
No, I'm not saying that that's what we have. I'm saying that he could claim that, hey, I wasn't comfortable, someone was following me, and they were recording me, and this is why I did what I did. I'm going like, what we do is just enforce the law. We don't interpret the law. So when it goes to court, they interpret it, and they're going to say, oh, well, he just retaliated because he felt like he was being stalked. Someone was following him, and he didn't want to be recorded.
Okay.
So that was his reaction. He didn't know the phone was going to get damaged.
So
That's how that usually goes.
So it's like, it's okay. So like, if I pull out my phone and I say like, hey, why did you turn on a flyer? And you say, I don't want to be recorded, then you put your phone down. But if they don't say that, is it still okay?
Well, I think I don't know if he said any words to you,
I'm not saying
but
like
it's implied when he turned around and slapped it off.
No, yes, but like for future reference, if we asked and so obviously if they explicitly say we don't want to be recorded, then that's the end. But if they don't,
yeah, I wouldn't continue recording someone who told me not to.
no, yeah, no. But I'm saying
And
if they don't,
was it
is
your
it?
phone that got there?
No, it was mine.
It was his.
Yeah. So if they don't say that, it's whatever. If they don't explicitly say not to record, can you continue?
In a public place, you don't have a right to privacy, so you can take pictures of people, you can record people, things of that nature. I wouldn't recommend following people around, though.
That's what I was trying to explain.
Because at a certain point, it starts to get... I mean, they don't have the right to touch you, but at the same time, you shouldn't follow someone around who clearly doesn't want to interact
Is
with you.
that the law, or is that
So
just
at a
like
certain point, it'll be
guides of being a good person?
somewhere in between. So at a certain point, if I follow you for a mile, it kind of gets pretty close to harassment.
If it's
Now,
100
it's
feet.
in a public place, like it's... I wouldn't say that's harassment yet, no. But at the same time, I wouldn't recommend following someone who clearly doesn't want to interact with you.
Even though they were hostile by tearing down our signs.
Well, they did want to interact with us because they tore down.
Well, he
our
stood over there and had a 10-minute conversation with me, so.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. follow
Okay.
people. You can record them in public, by all means.
Okay.
But if someone clearly looks like they don't want to be recorded and you're following them, I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But, I mean, it's legal.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I'm just saying.
I just want to understand. I don't want to take up unnecessary time.
No, that's okay.
No,
I
it's
appreciate
fine.
what y'all
That's all
do.
That's what we're here for. That's what we're here to make sure.
Yeah, I got the name. I didn't run it.
But you gotta understand, it's easy.
I'll take it.
If you don't like something, you gotta understand other people don't like. I'm sure you don't like people come and follow you and recording you, right? You don't, and don't do that to other people. That's very
But I,
easy.
as a rational human being,
People
when you
record
hear
us
another
all the
person's
time, so
signs-
it's not really a big deal.
I get what you're
honestly
saying.
don't
I'm just
care
like-
who record us because we're working and we're doing public service, so
Mm-hmm.
it's not a problem. And you can have your phone on and record all day
And you
long.
can go back and request a video for yourself
Okay.
anytime. You know, it's public
Okay.
service. They make us trust us. We don't want this, but we have to. With
No.
all the thing going on right now, they want us
And-
everything video and audio recorded.
Yeah, and in
I
my
understand.
opinion, this is better for me than like you holding your phone and recording, because then when you show a part of that, oh, this officer yelled or said this or said
No,
that.
yeah, I
but
want
then
the
have-
whole.
and then I have the whole video, so it protects us too. Because
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
No.
I think
people start where it escalated and not like how it got to that point, and then just show that small piece. But I hope we're able to answer your question. We're
Yes,
gonna try to
definitely,
find this guy
definitely.
and have a talk with him at least.
Could I get y'all's cards? I would just like to maybe follow up.
You might have a card.
I got one if you don't.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all coming out. I really do. Thank you. And
Yeah,
thank
we
y'all.
appreciate the service.
Thank you for your service.
so much.
Hope we answer your
Shake hands
questions.
all around.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter what you put up there. There's going to be somebody that disagree with you.
Yeah, no, 100%.
understand that.
I
It's
agree with that.
unfortunate if they tear it down, but there's really nothing you can do to stop them. But if you're holding it in your hand, that's completely different.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, you guys. We really appreciate
Any
it.
questions? We're around all night. Give us a call back.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care.
You too.
I actually got a nice definition. It was a pleasant conversation, by the way. Please do not think I'm taking this in any way, shape, or form. I do think you're because I don't think you need to come out here and kind of shove this down people's throat. If you'd like to come out here for protest, I think that's beautiful. I love free speech.
If you love free speech so much, then why don't you leave our signs alone?
Because that is overdoing it. People don't need to turn. It's like having
wait,
pictures of aborted babies in Plaza of Americas. It was just too much.
How come you get to decide what's too much?
I'm not deciding to what.
You are. You're taking down our signs.
I am tearing down your signs, and I'm not kidding that I will sue you for this because you're not allowed to post my.
I know my First Amendment rights, and you should too.
I do.
And I know the state of Florida rights as well. We just talked to a couple police officers about this.
You did. That's
yes.
good. Very nice. Then you should know you don't have the right to post a video or audio of anyone who says you do not have the permission.
Yes, we do.
It's two-party consent state. I'm giving my consent to being videoed. Danny's videoing. That's another person consent to videoing. You're in public. You're in a public place.
I'm in a public place.
You don't have a reasonable expectation of privacy. You're tearing down our property.
You are correct. I am tearing it down. Okay, so if you want to be my guest.
Why are you tearing down our stuff?
Because I don't think this should be up here.
So why are you taking it down? What gives you this right?
What gives me this right is people don't need to shut down and throw consistently.
Sir, why are you taking down our signs?
Because I'm taking down your signs, that's why.
Why?
Because people, like I said...
What gives you the right to take down our signs? I'm standing right here next to you as you're taking them down.
You are standing next to me.
Why are you taking away our property?
So your property is stopping your property once you put it up in a public place. Then you claim the public's property. And I'm part of the...
That's not true. What? Are you going to...
I will not force. I am not an angry man or anything.
I mean, you're tearing down all these signs that we spent a very long time putting up.
And that was your choice. And this is my choice to tear them down. Did you actually prove...
This is literally...
You're ripping them down?
Taking them down, yes, sir.
You have a right to do that.
I do have a right to do that.
Why?
Because this is a free speech and I can do whatever.
No, that's not how it applies. You can be arrested.
I can be arrested for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
You police say any post that's on has to stay up unless you have a legitimate complaint and you file against it.
Okay.
All right. So you should stop doing that.
Okay.
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 So stop.
I will. Can I walk past you to the recycling can?
You can do whatever you like.
I just, I do not want anything to be misconstrued. I'm not trying to be...
I mean, you did come and take our signs.
You are correct, I did come.
Without our permission, while breaking the law, and then tried to justify it as such.
Because you would want me to tear down Bernie Sanders.
Honestly, it's your choice. If you would like to tear down Bernie
If
Sanders...
you had just put it up, you'd be
you have
pissed
every right
about
to pull it down.
I don't believe that. You'd be pissed off at me.
I would
I'm
be
done
upset, but I
stifling
wouldn't
your
be pissed
freedom.
off at you.
Freedom of speech is not me stifling your freedom of speech.
You are
So you
correct.
put up all the posters you want and let them put up all the posters they want. That's freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is not taking a poster down. But you get it. I made my point. And you
No,
took it
you
away.
have. And I appreciate the calm conversation, by the way. And please do not mistake me. I very much appreciate that we can all talk and be calm.
But why can't we have our posters up?
I just personally...
Because if we're conversing, having a pleasant conversation, why can't we pleasantly have the posters up? I mean, the posters did nothing wrong in this situation. They're just there.
They are, but I personally don't agree with the posters. And yes,
So what gives you the right to tear them down? You don't agree with
He's not
them?
going to anymore. He's moving on.
No, you are correct.
We'll move on to the next
I would
one.
like to stop.
We'll see you in the 2020 election.
Sounds good.
All right.
Very nice. All right. I wanted to tell them down, so I did.
I want to invite you to a meeting.
We're having a meeting this Thursday.
This Thursday.
At 7:30.
7:30.
Okay.
And we'd love to actually have a conversation, and instead
That's what
of
it's
just tearing
about.
down
That's what it's about.
Okay. I would like to have a conversation.
And come out tomorrow. We're having an event tomorrow, talking about Margaret Sanger's and why we were hosting this event. Because we can get a little bit more in detail than the little conversations we had and the proceeding to tear them down.
Okay. And I did have a conversation with you, and that was very nice. And thank you for it. I appreciate it. But I won't be coming to the event tomorrow because personally I believe a woman has a choice, and I am not pro-life, I'm pro-choice. So I hope it goes well. I hope everything goes.
Can I get your name? I'm
No,
Hannah.
you cannot get my name.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Enjoy your freedom of speech.